what it be like, y'all. So we are going to finish our discussion on menopause today. We need to finish this discussion today. Let's go ahead and get this done, because I don't put too many days in between there. However, if you want to go back and catch up on our discussion on the history of menopause, please go back. I thought that was neat. I thought it was really neat. If you want to go back, it's on all of your platforms. So you're welcome to go back and catch up with us. We talked about, you name it. We talked about everything, the way we were treated many years ago, and still so much so today, because we just really just don't have a good understanding of what we're going through. I think, in my opinion, we don't have a good understanding. First of all, let me say this right here. No, I'm not a doctor. No, I'm not a nurse. I think that's up on here somewhere. No, I'm not a therapist. No, I'm not anything in the professional field of health anymore. We just do great talks and have good fun, and we go through it together, here together, like family, like cousin, brother, sister, aunt, somebody, so that we can discuss it together, and then it doesn't become so taboo. It's not a problem. You can discuss it with friends, just like over tea or whatever else you drink. We want it to become an open conversation. We want you to be okay with it. It's fine, because we are all going through it. We are going to go through it. You keep living, you will go through it. So you might as well find your comfort spot. You will not be 20, 21, 3, 4, 5 forever. If you keep living, you will see your 40s up to 50, whatever. You will see it if you keep living, which is where menopause or perimenopause usually starts, right at around sometimes 45 and 50. However, according to Google, it has been known to be even sooner in your 20s, or even there have been some cases in your teens. Okay, so why and what happens there is just a life transition thing. It's nothing we can do about it. It just happens like that to some of us. However, we want to be comfortable with it. It's not dirty. It's not like everybody else is doing this, but I'm to be exempt some kind of way. Not hardly. Keep living. Now you will go through what is called perimenopause. Perimenopause is usually right at around if you're in your 40s now, you probably are going through peri as we speak. Perimenopause. Okay, and it's a period around the onset of menopause. It's often marked by the hot flashes and the menstrual irregularities. Like, take for instance, if you come in on the menstrual cycle probably twice a month, which was the case for me. I was staying on some 15, even up to maybe 20 days, and here this thing come again. That's what my friend lady called it back here. This thing, whatever this is, here it is again. So we'll get more into that. It's the phase of menopause called peri, and it can last for 8 to even 10 years. That's perimenopause. It gives you feelings of you feeling emotional, physically, and spiritually drained. It's a how do you put it? A lot of times you don't know how exactly to put it. You don't know what you're feeling. You don't even know what's going on with you, which is why we're having these good conversations right here. Have these good conversations so that you can get some idea of what you may be going through. And a lot of times, like I told you on the last video that a lot of times we call crazy. Can't explain it. This is what it is. Oh, she going through some stuff today. She out there today. I don't know what's going on with her. She is really going through some things, yeah. But it's going to help her and you to understand what she's going through so much better if you know what she's going through instead of being in denial of it. There's no need to be in denial. If you keep living, like I said, you will pass 23, 05, 9, 30. You're going to pass those if you keep living. And if you haven't had any of these symptoms that you can think of, 9 times out of 10, I would be willing to bet you're probably going through some of the symptoms that we will discuss here coming up. Menopause is the ovaries doesn't make the hormones estrogen and progesterone anymore. Your body stops making the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Your ovaries no longer release the egg a month. The meaning when you would normally come on your menstruation. By this time, this is where you should be getting these fluctuations. You won't always flow, or you may even get a double flow. And now I know you about to crack up. Like I said, you say what you want to say. This has been the best time of my life, because I had one of the worst cycles there you could think of. Every month I had to come home from school. Every month my grandma, who raised me, had to get somebody to come to the school and get her baby, because her baby be done lost her parts, her bottoms. Be done went haywire there. So I put up with that for years, every month. So, do I miss it? No, honey. This is the best time for me right here. I promise you, this is the best time for me. Okay, so the ovaries no longer make your estrogen and progesterone, and that releases each month. And this happens regardless, as if you're anywhere near 40, this is premature menopause. If you having those fluctuations with the menstrual cycle, especially if you feeling hot or waking up, and for me, it's here up. My neck, I'll be soaked here up. Now, and that's not all the time. Sometimes I don't get anything, and I'll be so glad. That was a good one. You'll know. I say, oh wow, I woke up dry this morning. You know, whew, excuse me, a flash didn't wake me up. It will wake you up. Literally, it will wake you up. You gonna get up, and you going to find. You might get a storm. You're going to get in a shower. You're going to find some cool somewhere. You're going outside or something. You're going to do something. I like to keep them. A cold towel, face cloth, or something near something. And if you got a ceiling fan, yay. Or the little small fans. And this, I wear this around my neck. Today is a good day. I'm feeling just fine. I'm feeling fine. So you'll learn how to deal with it, I promise you. Yes, you will go through it if you're not already going through it right now. And I hope that you will enjoy it like I enjoy it. I really do. I really do. Because, man, that wasn't what you wanted. And, I mean, messing up your clothes, oh my goodness. I had to keep a sweater with me. Like even now, this is one of my ways I keep cool. Some kind of way to be able to take it off if I need to, or put it on if I need to. Okay, because I have short sleeves, so that's why I'm wearing me a cover today. Okay, so I had to make sure that I kept me something with me all the time, because that may need to become a wrap around my waist so that I could get home. Boy, I'm telling you, I hope yours aren't as bad as that was for me. I really do. That was a mess. And it couldn't have stopped sooner. However, it didn't. And I will tell you why it didn't stop. Oh my goodness, now. I moved that. Now I can't get it back in place. I had my new stuff all set up here. Okay, now. And I think a mosquito biting me up, eating me up. Okay, so menopause is a normal condition that every woman living will experience. You will experience it. And for some of us, like I told you, it's a great time of your life. It really is. And it's just simply the end of a reproductive period. All it ends is pregnancy, because that's what it's for. It does not end anything else, I promise you. Nothing else ends, nothing else declines, nothing else stops, nothing else is broke. It's not broke. You can't kill it. And like Grandma said a long time ago, she ain't never seen one in the trash can. Okay? So, it's something that is going to happen. It's going to happen. It may already, and probably is already in perimenopause right now, or premature menopause right now. I'd be willing to bet. Okay, so that's just the simple end of her reproductive period. Okay, now let me tell you something else while we're there. That does not mean that if she is still able to have children, that she won't get pregnant at this time. A lot of people, older ladies would call it going through the change. I got pregnant going through the change. Okay, that happens a lot. So you still will need to take care and be careful with yourself and do the things that you need to do if you are still and could possibly still become pregnant. Because now is going to be a great time for your body to become pregnant. Now, is that going to be a good thing for you? It might be. Especially if you've never had a child. Or maybe in the case that you may have had some aborted pregnancies. From God, I mean. From God. Things didn't go as planned. So that may be a good time for you. Especially if things are good in your life and things are going good. Hey, because this is going to be the best time for you. Because you're going to be just like a 23-year-old there again for a little while. Menopause is not a condition which occurs suddenly or takes immediate effect. It comes over the years until you are finally there. You will have what is called, you will do it induced or natural menopause. Induced or natural. Like we said, no, you cannot get an operation to not have it, because it's coming. Especially even quicker if it's induced. You will go through it quicker that way, which is what happened to me. Okay, the onset of menopause is affected by dietary and lifestyle considerations, such as the chain smoker, and experience the menopausal transition period 2 years earlier as compared to others who don't smoke. You will go through it probably 2 years earlier if you smoke. So smoking and drinking, you might want to cut those down slightly. Cut those down a little bit. You will learn for yourself what your triggers are. There are numbers of signs and symptoms as you go through the transition period. The symptoms range from mild to severe. Mild to severe. Now, sometimes mild is really what you're really going through when you have your hot sweats and whatever. That's kind of mild. But it does get even worse than that. Some of us go through some real changes there. And it's associated with estrogen depletion within the body, because you're not making your estrogen anymore. So there are different medications, and I won't go through the medications with you here. If you want to know, please go ahead and inbox me when we finish, and we can talk about that. Some things that I use, some things that were recommended and work very well, but I don't think I can do that here. Okay, so of course, we know the vasomotor symptoms. We have the vasomotor symptoms, which are the hot flashes and the night sweats and the fluctuations with the menstruation. In addition to these changes, some other things can actually, stressors can make these things happen even more, can make you go through even worse. Okay, like the caring of an adult, elderly age parent, or the death of an elderly parent. These are stressors. Now we're talking about things that can happen, things that can add to your symptoms. Empty nest syndrome. If them people get up out of there, I don't know why the empty nest syndrome would even be a problem, but I guess when you've had a big family or whatever, I guess that could be a problem. Okay, they'll be back if those children leave. And the birth of grandchildren, which places people of middle age into a new category. Now we're the older people. So these are stressors and things that bother you and things that don't make you so happy, because now you put kind of behind, especially in our state. Okay, especially here where we live in these parts, that is looked down upon. We don't care about our elderly like we should. And no, you're not elderly, you're not old, but you are past childbearing age. So now we kick to the curb, because when we feel like we were put here to have children, and I didn't have my children. Now I'm not the same. You are still very much a woman. God made you what you are. You are still a woman. Why some of us can't, that's between God. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing at all. Maybe he's has your life for some more children, because so many people have them. In my own opinion, shouldn't have been you. So maybe we're put here to mother other people's children. So it doesn't have to end there. Okay, here are some more symptoms. Here we go with the symptoms. Sleep disturbance, vaginal dryness, vaginal burning, vaginal discharge, reduced sexual sensitivity, or in some cases, heightened, joint pain and aches, painful sexual intercourse, which can lead to spotting or bleeding after intercourse. You can have palpitations, like y'all understand what palpitations is? That little quickness that your heart can do, make it flutter, make you feel like you about to pass out, or even some people have said it felt like a heart attack getting ready to happen, or something like that. Just things to watch out for. Recurrent urinary tract infections, depression. You don't care for anything, you don't want to do anything. But you don't have to be depressed. We'll get more into that. Marked irritability. Okay. Thingy here. It's not cooperating. Okay. see if I can hold it up here. Okay. Anxiety. Caring too much about everything. Ain't that something? Significant loss of libido. Skin dryness. Considerable fatigue and increased tiredness. Mood swings. Now that's one right there. Mood swings. You up 1 minute and you're down the next. I say catch her while she's up, because it's not going to last long. Catch her. Instead of doing so much arguing, cutting up, acting crazy, learn how to get with her. You'll learn how to get with, okay, she in one of her moods today. Walk away. Leave her alone. Let her rest a little longer if she needs to. A lot of times it comes from just being tired. Just being tired, just being wore out, just overdoing it, especially when you got little smaller children. Especially when you're a grandma. All these different stressors, distressors. Memory fluctuations. Now that happens. Just plain forget what you did with stuff sometimes. But that happens. It happens. Don't get upset about it. Once you learn, okay, we're going through some things right here. We're going through some things. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It really will. Malincontinence. You might wet yourself a little bit. Or you may feel like, let me go right now, because girl don't be wanting to hold no stuff. Increased wrinkling. Let me see. Not sure about that one. But anyway. Increased abdominal fat. Loss of breast fullness. Irregular menstrual cycles, longer or shorter. Irregularity of flow. These are all some of the things that you can be going through right now, called perimenopause. The onset of premenopause. You could be going through some of these things. But before we run to the doctor, let's go and talk to the OBGYN and let them know what we're feeling like. And on this show. And talking to other people. Talking to other ladies who have gone through or are going through the same situation. But you may not have to get on depression pills and get on all these other kind of medications. Now you got to figure out the side effects and why is this happening? Why? Here we go with some more stressors. So it's gonna be okay to have conversations, to talk about it, to be okay with it. That's what's going to help you the most. I promise. It's okay when you can just sit and just have a conversation about it. Man, I was having fun. Oh, man. Just like anything else. Just like what you go wear tonight. That's how simple it really is. Quit denying it. Because if you keep living, and especially if you're a heavy smoker or if you're a heavy drinker, you're probably going to go through it even sooner. So right now would be a good time to not be so heavy with some of the things that we enjoy. Treatment is very much so available. Treatment is available. But like I said, we're not going to go into anything of that. I'm going to tell you what I went through. Okay, I can't give names. I can't say a lot of things. Cause man, every time I look, I'm getting notes, but I'm getting ready to get cut off. So that's why I need y'all to go join me over on my YouTube channel. Quick, fast, in a hurry, please. Menopause, like we said, naturally or induced. There are some lifestyle modifications to make this a smooth transitioning from her reproductive years to menopause. These include: you can do some exercising, increase your activities, control weight loss and weight gain, quit smoking. I can't say that one enough because that one is going to lead you there a little quicker. Control alcohol consumption. These could be triggers as well. You will learn what your triggers are, what I can and cannot do, what's now I felt okay. And the best thing gonna be to do is keep you like a ledger. Log it and keep up with what your body is doing, what you're feeling on this night. Because like I told you, some nights I can wake up, didn't even have a flash all night long. But then some of them, man, I can't hardly sleep. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. And that's the way it is. So you will learn what you were doing that you could do less of, and what you could do better at. Okay, and then I had all kind of issues, like I couldn't stand for my own hair to touch me. Honey, my hair made me hot. I couldn't stand it. I tried natural stuff, popsicles to drink, cold water to drink. My favorite is me some good old peach tea. That's my favorite go-to. Let's try to drink more natural stuff like water, because the other drinks are going to put us where we may not want to be later on that night. The cooler the better. And guess what? I could like wear a necklace or something. Sometimes stuff go by here, man, good day. You think they take those kind of cars off the street. But anyway, I couldn't stand a necklace. Nothing, just hot. Nothing be hot around my neck. And any jewelry. And guess what? The favorite lipstick, that had to go.